leadership, the Church of Agape, Sister White, Brother Melvin, for taking time out and putting this together, giving me an opportunity to give a small testimony.
Amen.
I don't know if y'all really want me up here, because I got some things I want to say.
Go ahead.
All right. And I'm going to use this platform today to sing. But to get myself pumped up, I'm going to sing a song that I learned in the church a long time ago, so now I'm back here. I want y'all to bear with me. Y'all don't mind, right?
Right. Be yourself, brother. Be yourself.
This little light of mine, I'm going to let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm going to let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm going to let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Last verse right here. Everywhere I go, I'm going to let it shine. Everywhere I go, Lord, I'm going to let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine.
Amen.
All right. So what I'm going to talk about this morning is STDs. Y'all familiar with STDs? Y'all in the back? Y'all should be. Young people. But I'm not talking about sexually transmitted diseases. I'm talking about spiritually transmitted diseases.
All right, come on, brother.
Y'all do know about that, right? The things we watch on television, the music we listen to, the food we might eat, the conversations we might have, the clothes we might put on, those things can become spiritually transmitted diseases, infect the body, infect the mind, infect your relationships to where you will not matter.
All right.
So if this is about you matter, then we must understand the diseases and the things that's out there that can disconnect you. So the topic of discussion I'm going to choose out of the many things I can say is fear. The disease of fear. So I was once given a definition that says fear is the false evidence appearing real. False evidence appearing real. Meaning that everything that you come up against challenges might not be what you think they are.
All right.
So I'm going to give you 3 points that for me, myself personally, that I had to overcome. Challenges, obstacles, dealing with fear that separated me from the truth of what God was telling me.
All right.
First, the fear of order, the fear of love, and the fear of religion. So we're going to start with the fear of order, which can also be broken down as the rules of things.
All right.
Growing up, rules was the things that kept me from having fun. Y'all hear me back there? Fun. So rules say you shouldn't do such things, and these things we want to do are the things that make life fun.
All right.
And the gatekeepers to these doors of fun were my parents. Y'all hear me?
Yeah, come on.
My parents. Thus, I needed to transform and make them the enemy. Because in order for you to break a rule, you got to make somebody wrong.
That's
and
right.
make yourself right.
Right.
So mom and pops became the enemy of all the things I didn't want to do. And shortly thereafter, every person or institution promoting order or rules became the enemy. First off was school. School had way too much order and rules for me.
All right.
You got to be at 8 o'clock in the morning. You got to sit in your seat and you can't talk. 4 rules. You had to learn cursive.
Yeah.
The second thing was the church. The church had way too much order, way too many rules. I need to have some fun. Saturday night is when it goes down, but I got to be at church Sunday morning.
All right.
Being a black man from the inner city, you automatically know that the police was a problem, so there was more orders. Curfew, you can't do this, you can't do that. Rules. Then society at large. So for me, those things disconnected me, building up a fear of order. Secondly, fear of love. Fear of love. Rap music killed R&B. Yeah. So you know it ain't no more love being preached.
Amen.
So when you're talking about men in general, we're talking about positive recognition.
All right.
Men of color need positive recognition.
All right.
So the men in my family were not openly affectionate. And black men especially are taught to be overly aggressive with self and others. That's why we dominate sports. We dominate the rap scene. We dominate all these things that's hyper-masculine. Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
That's good. To be your brother's keeper takes love.
Right.
How can I love you when I don't understand what love is? Love is an emotion that they say in the black community is a weak emotion.
All right.
I'm going to love my wife, love my kids. And I got to be gangster 24/7, 365. Love is for suckers. For example, as a teenager, I once playfully tried to give my father a hug. He firmly refused and pushed me away, adding remarks, "What are you, boy? Are you gay?" Oh, man. I was really just joking. The fear of love is also the primary reason the alpha male in the inner seat of any age worship death. That's my belief. Because if I can't love you, I might as well slug you.
All right.
The last one, fear of religion. Now you got to keep in mind, I'm a supporter of the Black Lives Matter movement. So I know it might be some politically different views in here, but from where I'm from, Chicago, Illinois, my name, by the way, is Darnell Flowers. I come up in a segregated city. Chicago is a city where the politics is so deep. We had a mayor who was the mayor for 15 years. He got tired. He quit. Didn't nobody beat him. So you know the politics and the policies are deeply entrenched in that culture. If you look at it now, 500 murders. It's not a coincidence. It said religion was a propaganda tool created to make poor and colored folks feel inferior to white power. That's what I was taught. No matter what crimes committed against the colored citizens of the world, white Jesus will save us.
All right.
White Jesus will
All right,
save
brother.
us.
All right, brother.
I don't mean to step on nobody's
Come
toes,
on,
but that's
come
the
on
way
now.
it went for me. Not to mention, in the black community, there's a school of thought that criticized the pastor as a con man with
All
many
right,
mistresses and a fleet of Cadillacs.
Right.
So when you have these things put in front of you, taught to you, told to you, what am I to do? Come on, man. Listen, little boy, so fear sets in. You no longer want to follow the trend. You no longer want to follow Christ. You no longer want to follow your parents. You no longer want to follow the rules. And that's part of the spiritually transmitted diseases that I think we face every day. Yeah. I could go on and on. There's some other things I wanted to say, but just to give you a small preview and to say thanks for this opportunity, for everybody coming. Hopefully you can take something from this, build upon it. Young ones in the back, it's going to be your time soon, so hopefully you understand. Don't let fear rule the day.
Right.
Don't let fear throw you off, paralyze you, confuse you, stumble you, kill you, abuse you.
Right.
Fear, false evidence appearing real. 2 Timothy 1:7 says, "For God did not give us a spirit of fear, but of peace, love, and sound mind." So with that, I'm out.
Amen.